kahle zona.
Sawubona bhuti, namhlanje siyabona sila ePomoroy wenhlekelelo umshophi lapha yawamoshakalelwa isitolo. Mhlawumbe ungasichazela ukuthi umonakalo kwenzakaleni kusuke kanjani umlilo?
Yebo njani sisi?
Siyaphila.
Igama lami uThando. Angazi mina bona ekseni kulesitolo.
Yes.
And just ikhona samlilo yabona.
Ey'ntanjeni yini noma mhlawumbe?
Alepha umakhelwane yami yabo.
Oh, yes.
And after that inkinga ngazi yabona. But sometimes abantu khona abaningi abambona yabo. Maybe abantu wenze something angazi. But uNkulunkulu uyawazi yonke.
Mhlawumbe ke kancane nje kusichazela ukuthi mhlawumbe ngesikhathi nifike ekseni akekho yini kubasebenzi bakho including nawe abalimalile ngaphakathi?
Uphakathi awukho umuntu olimalayo. But umakhelwane yami impahla yonke moshekile. Ishiwe yonke. Yamsamsa.
Esitole ke kubukakala kukhishwa yonke into nabantu ngathi bayayidapela okunye. Umonakalo ube ngakanani ngaphakathi esitolo? Umonakalo ngaphakathi esitolo ube ngakanani? Kubonakala engathi okuningi moshakele.
Iningi awukho salayo lapha.
Akukho kusele.
Awukho lutho sala yonke into loshiwe. Yonke into bona moshekile manje.
Mhlawumbe ke nje kancane nje sesiphethe. Njengoba ke kubhiziwe njengamanje uma ubuka yini enye ezokwenza ukuthi isitolo sisangalunga masinyane ngabe si-inshoriwe noma uzodinga ukuthola uxhaso?
Ngiyabona but ngiyabonga kakhulu abantu bosala. Isizile yonke.
Okay.
Yonke isizile amangile. Isizile but umuntu usebenza moshekela. Mangakanani yonke. But ama-document ama-paper yonke into lapho.
Kushe yonke into. Kusho ukuthi ngamanye amazwi udinga ukuxhaswa ukuthi isitolo sakho siphinde sibuye futhi. Siyabonga kakhulu bhuti kodwa ke sikufisela okuhle konke kusazolungiswa indaba yesitolo sikhathazeke kanye nawe siyazi ukuthi la uxosha khona isinkwa lapha. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Hey ama-South Africans awayibekile phansi bafethu. Hayi awayibekile phansi futhi angibasoli. Mina bengithi indaba zalento yama-foreigners isiphelile ngenxa yongizwe nophakela umthakathi isathe ukuthula kancane. It seems manje akusarekhodwa, akusamashwa kuloku kuculwa into engapheli. It seems like sekulindwa kube mnyama manje. Kuyongqongqiswa nje. Kuyohlaselwa abantu. Iyona ndlela yokudila ke nama-foreigners ke le. Hayi le kade siyibuka. Hayi yabona number one. In 2 months,
And you know another thing that I'm tired of is people quoting Nelson Mandela quotes, Desmond Tutu quotes to gaslight us as South Africans. Yes, people making videos talking about, oh, Nelson Mandela is rolling in his grave. You cannot weaponize our own liberation history against us while ignoring the parts that do not fit your argument. This is coming from all the other Africans who are gaslighting us. You go around quoting Ubuntu when discussing African immigrants, but then you go around also asking us why are we not going after the white people in South Africa? Which is which? I mean, Nelson Mandela's vision explicitly included black and white South Africans in one democratic nation. So when do you respect Nelson Mandela and when do you not respect Nelson Mandela? Our unresolved issues of land and economic inequality with white South Africans are an internal South African struggle. They have nothing to do with immigration. Don't turn citizenship to immigration when it suits you. The same liberation history you keep quoting of South Africans is a history where South Africans refuse to sit quietly when they believe that their government is failing them. So you cannot come here and romanticize the history of the youth of South Africa in 1976 when they stood against the government and demonize South Africans for exercising their voices today. The South African youth you see today is a product of that very same South Africa, the one that you romanticize of 1976 that you want to quote and say, oh, they were so brave. You want to come and quote, oh, Mandela said Ubuntu, but you know what else Mandela said? Mandela said people should support the ANC only while it delivers. Yes, that's what Mandela said. That's the part you don't want to talk about. You don't want to talk about how Mandela said the people of South Africa should do to the ANC what they did to the apartheid regime if the ANC fails to deliver. Those quotes are not famous because they encourage the people of South Africa to actually stand up to their government and protect South Africa. We have triumphed in the effort to implant hope in the breasts of the millions of our people. We enter into a covenant where we shall build a society in which all South Africans, black, and white, all South Africans, not all Africans, all South Africans will be able to walk tall without fear in their hearts. Inalienable right to human dignity. Inalienable. You know what that means? It means a right that cannot be taken away. So now you want to come as an African from wherever and force us to take away the right of the citizens of South Africa because they are white. That's entitlement. Why didn't you unite as the rest of Africa back in 1990 when Nelson Mandela said South Africa is one democratic nation, black and white, and say, no, Nelson Mandela, let's kick the white people out. Why must they be kicked out now as South African citizens? Because you feel entitled to South Africa, but you are not a South African. You are not. You are not born in South Africa. Nobody's saying you can't be in South Africa, but everyone is saying be legally in South Africa. When you don't have an argument for that, you want to accuse us of Afrophobia, xenophobia, make this about race when you know very well that it is about immigration. The spirit of the youth of South Africa 1976 that fought is the very same spirit that is embedded in us. We went to school and we were taught from a very young age that it's important to fight for the country, using our liberation leaders selectively to lecture South Africans. That's a double standard. We are here, we will contribute to the fight with our platforms, with our voices, those who can go out there, whatever we can do. But when it's all said and done, let it not be written in history that we, the citizens of South Africa, stood, kept quiet, got intimidated and watched people bully us. That is not being a South African. The very same black South Africans you are calling lazy, they fought for their country. There's reasons why the apartheid ended, and the end of that apartheid did not change the mindset of our enemies. And then gaslighting us about what South Africa is going to look like 10 years from now. South Africa is going down the drain. What do your countries look like? What did you do concerned about South Africa? What are you doing for your own country? Let me tell you something. Whatever South Africa looks like 10 years from now, let it not be written in history that we, as the citizens of South Africa, we, as the black South Africans, we sat and watched our country go down the drain and we were afraid to speak. We inherited this country from people who fought for it. Therefore, we also inherited the responsibility to protect it. This is our country. You want to be selective with these Nelson Mandela quotes. You don't talk about the quotes that encourages South Africans to stand up to their government, because then those are the quotes that hold you accountable and that put you in a position where you cannot exploit us. Yes, you want to use this one of Ubuntu because Ubuntu is the one that gives you an opportunity to exploit us. Let Nelson Mandela rest in peace, actually. Let him rest in peace at this point. There's no Nelson Mandela rolling anywhere here. Telling us that Nelson Mandela is rolling on the grave. For what?
If you're a foreigner in South Africa right now, this is my sincere advice for you on how to live your life going forward. Considering the matches that have taken place, I think those matches created a lot of awareness. I'll give you an advice that I gave to a Malawian that I know in the country. You have to be careful of how you act going forward, all right? I sincerely believe that if you're in a foreign land, you need to act accordingly. You are not in the tier 1, you are in the tier 2. It is the citizens first and you second. You just need to understand that. Just understand it and flow with it. Now, secondly, if you don't have a job, you are not working, control how you give birth. I've seen some foreigners in this country. Not that I hate foreigners or I hate Malawians. I'm a foreigner myself. But I've seen some Malawians in this country. They don't have any job, but they have 5 kids, 4 kids. They're just giving birth to kids. And they do not have the funds to go to a private hospital to take care of these kids or to give birth. Now, when South Africans says that their health system is being overcrowded, this is what it means. So you know that you're not working, you're in a foreign land, you don't even have a sustainable job, you don't have a constant income, and yet you're just giving birth to kids. First of all, as a parent, you need to have this mindset that you don't want to bring a child into this world for the child to suffer. Haven't thought about that. You now need to regulate how many kids you have, depending on how many kids you can take care of. You don't just have kids. There's birth control pills, for crying out loud, guys. There's so many things you can do. You can still have your bedroom intimacy, but put things in place that will prevent you from having kids until you can care for the kids. If you have money to go to a private hospital, or if you have money to take care of your children, by all means, you can have as much kids as you want. But if you know you are struggling, you do not have enough, 1 child is enough, 2 kids at most is enough. I have seen foreigners in this country who are illegal, and yet they have 5 kids, 6 kids. You are bringing those kids into your problems, into your challenges. It is not normal. I think it takes a level of intelligence to understand there are certain things that you cannot do just for the sake of your kids. So if I were you and I don't have a job and I'm struggling, I would be mindful of how many kids I have in South Africa. Not just because you don't want to crowd the healthcare facility of which you do when you have so many kids, but also consider yourself. Consider the kids also. Think about this. Have a conscience.
Alpha South Africans, I be now. Very soon, every South African that is living outside South Africa will have to come back to South Africa because they will not be safe where they are and they will not be comfortable. They'll be chased out back to South Africa. You guys are just adding to the number of jobless people in your country because when they come back, they will also be jobless. No job. Do you know how many companies were shut down in South Africa just after you guys started all these things? Over 200 and something. And up until now, we couldn't find anyone that really got a job. So all these things that you guys are doing is for nothing. You guys won't have work. You guys will all be jobless.